Yeah, it's a great feeling, honestly. Everybody's so welcoming upstairs. You can tell everybody has a real family feel around here, and it's awesome because when I came on my 30 visit, you get to meet everybody, and I asked, how long have you been here? There was countless people. I've been here 10 years, I've been here 13 years, I've been here 15 years. So you can tell it's a real family organization by the time that people have spent together.
Shadi, when you were doing the process with him, I don't know if you talked to him at the Combine yourself, but did you get that feel from him that, hey, this is the right kind of guy we want?
Oh, absolutely. I think I talked about it last night. You know, Calvin, when he came in on his top 30 visit, the other guys that were there on the visit were drawn to him. They followed him, and you can't spend more than a few minutes with him to know that that's just who he is. And then you meet his parents. You spend time with them and his sister and obviously his brother. It was very apparent, and it was immediate.
Clarence Hill, Dallas Cowboys, and congratulations, Caleb. The Cowboys have made no secret they wanted you from way back when. And can you talk about when you had that feeling that this would be a perfect place for you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I always said as a kid it's somewhere with no income tax, so this made that list. And when I took my formals, I knew it was. The funny thing is we didn't actually get a chance to do a formal, even though we were scheduled for one. Scheduling mishap happened, so I got a chance to meet Coach Ryan and felt a genuine connection there and continued at pro day. And when I came here for my 30 visit, I had a great feeling and vibe around meeting everybody. So I would say, yeah, I knew there was a big interest and felt it was a good opportunity for me.
Around here, the buzzword is slot. I don't know how much you thought about playing the slot or how that fits you. Certainly you're a safety. But can you talk about your ability to do it all, play back in the safety as well as playing the slot?
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you watch my career, I've played in a lot of different positions, show a lot of versatility in different ways. So, yeah, I feel confident in my abilities to play wherever they need me to. If that's nickel in the slot, then that's what I'm going to do at a high level.
Caleb, Todd Archer with ESPN. Has anybody brought up Darren Woodson's name to you yet? Are you familiar with who he is here in Cowboy history?
Yeah, I would say not necessarily too much, but definitely looking forward to learning more.
When you got here and you had your 30, but when you came in again today, did it feel like home?
Yeah, put on the boots. Once you put on the boots, everything feels like home.
John Show with The Athletic. Caleb, can you take us through that fan out there? They said that they were hoping you'd be the next Ed Reed, and then what was your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just be me. I don't know. Be Ed Reed. I'm going to just be Caleb Downs. That's the best way to put it.
And have you decided on what number you want to wear, and has that been finalized?
Yeah, we'll talk about it another time about that.
You might have to negotiate a few things, you know? We'll see.
Nick Harris, former Star Telegram, just your interaction with Christian Parker today specifically, knowing that you are a Cowboy and how excited you are to play for him.
Yeah, super excited, honestly. I asked him first thing, where's the playbook at? Where's the playbook at? When can I get it? Just because I'm about ball, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. He's been genuine since the moment I met him, and I was glad he got to meet my parents and my sister today. So looking forward to where that relationship goes.
And if you do get placed in that nickel spot, you got to be a physical player. Can you talk about your physicality?
Yeah, I mean, you can watch my film. I've never shied away from no bumps, so no contact. So I feel like that's part of my game that is going to continue to grow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Caleb, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. At each level of football, particularly going into a big program like Alabama and then going to Ohio State, you've had your own set of challenges. Can you talk about the challenge you're looking most forward to attacking to be excellent at the NFL level for the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say learning the game. I mean, there's a different game between college and the NFL. There's a different game between high school and college. So I feel like me learning is always the biggest thing that I want to do, whether it's learning on the field, learning off the field, learning about finances, whatever it is. So I would just say learning the challenges. My question, how are you doing with your leg? Yeah.
Hey, I've been better, but I was starting NFI for OTAs. But,
right.
You know, it's your show.
He's a fast hitter.
Yeah.
He's a fast hitter.
All right. Just checking.
Jake Slater, NFL Network. Caleb, not every player coming into the NFL has the benefit of a father who's played in the NFL and a brother. What was the messaging from them, and how did they prepare you for this moment?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing is just process. I mean, that's always how we looked at it. Continual improvement every day is the word that we use as our family, which is Kaizen. So just find your process to get better every day.
You posted a photo of Blue Line.
If I would have known that, if I would have known that I meant to do that. But yeah, I was actually came out here, I want to say a week and a half ago for something unrelated to this, but the flowers were super beautiful, and I was like, I might as well take a picture. So, yeah.
They like manifesting in pictures around here, so that helped you.
Yeah.
Stay flower.
Scott. Yes.
Scott Dixon with the AP. Jerry, did you tell Caleb how long you've been here?
He got to hear enough stories that he knew it's been a long time. His family. But while I got my stage, I can't tell you how impressed I am. I had a good visit with his father and their background in coaching, and his grandfather's background in the service. And I thought that was one of the greatest stories. His grandpa always treats him pretty military. Treats him like that. He tells it much better.
Yeah.
Yesterday, when he got drafted, his grandfather walked up and gave him a big hug, the first big hug like that. But we had a good chance to share stories of he's unique to have the kind of background, combination of life skills as well as football of people that have actually experienced what he's going into. And he's taken advantage of that. You can tell from the way he's played it. He's used that and used this, the things we're talking about here. But boy, I'll tell you, when you got somebody that actually knows. A lot of times, when I'm talking to somebody that's coming in, I say the thing that in talking with players that are through playing. And I asked them, what do you know now that you'd like to have known when you first came in? And they said, I'd like to have known it was more urgent than I gave it. It's Super Bowl time, starts the first drill. And said, now that I've spent my time and had my years here, I just wish I had thought harder about how big time that first drill is, the next drill, the next drill. It's very intense from the time that you get in. He walks in knowing that. He's got some great input from a lot of people, and it's pretty obvious by the way that you look at how he's done with his career. So real pleasure to meet his family, and they're very accomplished, but they're serious about this.
Caleb, I'm assuming you're aware that two of your former defensive mates at the Ohio State University are now NFC East rivals. Is there any trash talk yet? Can we expect some trash talk there?
It happened the moment I seen him. After the moment I seen Sonny, I said, "Yeah, you're comp now. Get away from me." But that'll be for you to handle on the offensive side of the ball.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome feeling to know that they both got picked, and along with Carnell, and there'll be more Ohio State guys that get picked. But looking forward to playing against them.
Joe Boyd, Dallas Morning News. I saw that some of your high school coaches called you a film junkie even when you were a freshman in high school. Where did your commitment to film kind of come from, and how did that kind of shape your just cognitive abilities with football all the way through your career?
Yeah, I mean, I say it always. I'm a big learner, so that's the way that you learn football, is just to be around it. So for me, it's always trying to be in the building, always trying to be like a sponge to whatever's there. So just putting in the time, being able to learn from the film, learn from what my team is doing, learn from what the other team is doing. I feel like that's a way to get better.
Brian, how apparent was his brain works ability from his visit?
Yeah. It comes easy to him. It comes natural. I think, you grow up in a football family. You've been around it. You've been exposed to it. But again, I think I said last night, one of the things we're so excited about is it's not just him being able to process it. It's him being able to share and really command or demand that the guys around him are all on the same page, because that's what great communicating is, what leads to great defense. And that's the thing that you see in his personality. He does not have a problem taking charge.
Garrett
Podell, CBS Sports. Caleb, Malik Neighbors mentioned a story last night that you were calling out all of his routes in a college game when you were a freshman at Alabama. What do you remember from that matchup, and what are your thoughts are seeing him in the NFC?
Yeah, really explosive player. They had a really loaded offense at the time when we played them at Alabama, when they were at LSU. And I do remember that game. Their offense was very good, but it was definitely predictable. So it was a good experience to play against him. He's a good talent, and looking forward to seeing him this season.
And how are you able to kind of be at that level, calling other teams' plays out that early in your career, and how fast do you expect to be able to do that at the NFL level?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just goes back to putting the time in. So putting the time in allows you to see things not just in the classroom or in the film room, but also in the moment. So that's the big thing, is being able to apply it.
Sydney Staples, DG10 Sports. First question, do you happen to have a certain away game, circled on your calendar?
Yeah, I mean, I took my 30 visit here and to Washington, and the first thing my mom calls me, she was like, yeah, they both play the Colts. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, that's great. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that.
I know you learn a lot from your brother because he also plays football, but what about your sister? What have you learned from her?
Yeah, I would say trials, honestly. My sister, she had 2 ACL tears in high school and still found a way to go play college soccer. So I feel like going through trials and finding a way to overcome them is something that I always took from her, and the strength that she showed through that. And even now, the dedication she has in her medical school, I'll call her at like 12 noon. She won't respond. She won't respond, and she'll respond at like 6 p.m. Oh, I was studying 6 hours straight. And I know she's serious. She's dead serious every time. And it was actually funny. The other day I called her and FaceTimed her. She was like, you're lucky I'm putting my book down for you. So I mean, she's great, and I feel like everything that she's dedicated her life to is inspiration to me.
Anybody else?
And you heard from any new teammates here. I know Booker reached out to Coach pretty quick after the selection. Like, I think he was there last night, but how many guys have you heard from?
Yeah, a couple D linemen, couple DBs. Speaking of Kobe Durant a little bit. And Dak Prescott, he hit me up. I feel like that was the special one, being able to, I've been watching him since probably I was in middle school when he was at Mississippi State. Mississippi State. So.
It's a way to make a great first impression with Dak.
Mississippi State. So. Competition. So, yeah, I mean, just excited to get to work.
Scholar.
Caleb, I don't know that there's a whole lot of guys who have played 6 CFP games. I just wonder, that volume of high-stakes games, how does that help now get you ready for the pros?
Yeah, I think playing against high-level competition is what it's all about. At the end of the day, iron does sharpen iron, so just the ability to know that I've played in big games and I've competed at a high level and played my best in those games, it's a positive to know that I can do that at any level.
All right, we'll take a photo here if you guys want to stand up.
One right here.
Go ahead. Just do your right away.
Everybody got a photo. Yeah. I'm under command. Oh, yeah.
Harry, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Charge 10. Yeah.
Yeah. And James will get that. Polino will get that. It's right here in the front. Yeah.
You got an issue, Sharon?
All right, well, that was Caleb Downs, the Ohio State safety, now a member of the Dallas Cowboys. Happy to have him. We are expecting to hear from the other Cowboys first-round pick, Malachi Lawrence. That's going to happen sometime around 4:30 today. So, of course, we're going to have much more coverage on the Cowboys draft coming up at 4 p.m. on CBS News Texas. I'm Ken Molestina. Now we get you back to regular programming.